What is going on, guys? Andrew Hayes here, back with another review, and today I'm reviewing A Quiet Place, which is directed and stars John Krasinski, also stars Emily Blunt, and it's about a family who is trying to survive on Earth in the year 2020 when most of its population has been wiped out by these creatures who cannot see but have very sensitive hearing. Now, I was very excited for this movie for a few reasons. The first reason was that it was being directed by John Krasinski. I'm a pretty big fan of him. I love him in The Office. The Office is personally one of my favorite shows. And even though I did not see The Hollers, I was just excited to see him doing something. Because he's, like I said, he's very good in The Office and easily one of the best parts. And I know he can act. So I just wanted to see him in more. He hasn't really been in much after that, or at least that from what I've seen. So I'm very excited to see him do something, especially, directing something and acting in something. And, the trailers very impressed me. It looked like just a very good movie. And I gotta say, I love this movie. It's everything I want in a horror movie. It's very tense and very scary. And also, it's very smartly written and very, very well directed and acted. Especially, I think the two standouts. I think John Krasinski is brilliant in this. Like he's absolutely brilliant in this movie, and the whole premises of this movie is that you can't talk because these creatures can hear you. If they hear a noise, they'll come and go to that noise. And even though there's not a lot of speaking, and I speak about the whole cast, but I'm talking mostly about John Krasinski and the other person I'm going to talk about in a little bit. You could tell very clearly the emotion that they're feeling, and just they're so very they're conveying emotion so well, and everything is just so subtle and nuanced, and that just adds to it even more. And Krasinski's performance reminds me a little bit, and not like too much, because they're two completely different things. And while I think one is leap and bounds better than the other, it kind of reminds me of Sally Hawkins in The Shape of Water. Well, I do think Sally Hawkins did a better job, gave a better performance, and Krasinski does talk in this movie, and there is talking, and Sally Hawkins does not talk at all. That they just both, it reminded me, because even the majority in A Quiet Place, there's not a lot of talking, and you could just see the emotion and how they're feeling, and they're speaking to you without actually saying something. And I just thought that was very well, especially by Krasinski's part. And I don't know the name of the actress, but there is the Death daughter, who is actually Death in real life. I thought she did another fantastic job, and is also another one that stood out to me. And I particularly like her relationship with John Krasinski's character. I think that they have a very, very pretty complex relationship, because something happens pretty early on in the movie, and it affects everyone, but in particular those two. Now, again, like I said, this is very smartly written. The pacing, I think, is very, very fantastic. Like, I'm pretty much kept at the edge of my seat for the whole time, especially because Emily Blunt's character is pregnant, especially when it comes time to give birth to the baby, because it's gonna make a lot of noise, and you can't make noise. So that was especially tense, and it actually made me very, very claustrophobic, because just how well the scene was constructed. And as for negatives, I really don't have any. This is honestly my favorite movie of the year so far, and I would honestly expect it to be in my top 10, because I love it so much. I can't wait to see this again. I applaud John Krasinski this is brilliantly directed, acted by him and by everybody, and it's very smartly written, and it's just a very intense and scary movie at times. I give this a 10 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button, comment, subscribe, do all that kind of fun stuff. And until next time, guys, I'll see you soon.